Hey everyone, I'm Mind, and our first 2026 Ninjago set has been revealed, and it's a super exciting one. This is the Ninjago Legacy Four Weapons Blacksmith set. And yes, you heard that right, Ninjago Legacy, that's the branding. Ninjago Legacy is back in 2026. The Four Weapons Blacksmith has been one of my most wanted sets for a very long time, because it's a super iconic location from the Ninjago show that we've never really had a great version of physically. There was technically a set in 2011, and it was a fine little playset, but it didn't look how the blacksmith shop looked in the show, and this is the first thing we ever see in Ninjago, right? Kai working at the blacksmith shop when Wu comes and recruits him to be a ninja. So for the 15th anniversary, seeing a full proper remake of it is so exciting, and they really went all out with this set. I will say up front, I've had the chance to look at this set early at LEGO's Fan Media Days, and I will not be covering that in this video. However, I'm going to have another video that I'll publish in probably 30 minutes to an hour, so stay tuned for that one. In this one, I'll just be going over the official pictures. First off, let's talk about the minifigure selection, because wow, there's so much exciting happening here. Probably least exciting, but still pretty cool, is a remake of the original Master Wu figure. We had something very similar to this in Day of the Departed, and Wu's had a lot of very similar suits, but it's neat to see them go back and sort of revisit that 2011 design again. But probably most exciting to me is this minifigure right here, Blacksmith Kai, because this is an all-new Blacksmith Kai minifigure that actually looks how he does in the show. Technically, we already had a Blacksmith Kai minifigure in the Ninjago City markets, but I and many others were really disappointed by that figure because it wasn't show accurate. It just reused the torso and legs from another theme. It wasn't that iconic white shirt with like the tan apron. And I assumed we would never get a proper Blacksmith Kai because LEGO had ticked off that box, right? We had already gotten it in that set. But no, they revisited it here, and they actually gave us a new show-accurate version with a new torso and new legs. The face print and hair is still the redesign, but that's very easy to swap out if you have the older version, and aside from the headband, this is also accurate to his March of the Oni design, so I don't mind those at all. The torso and legs were the important part, and I'm so excited to be getting that here. Then also pretty surprising, we have a full remake of 2011 Nya, like her original outfit. Unlike when we got Legacy the first time, she's not just Samurai X or a ninja. No, they're actually giving her the outfit that she had in this season. And I'm not sure if it's shown in any of these pictures, but she has back printing for the first time, which the 2011 figure did not have. She's back to her original hairpiece too. It's still the newer face print. But this is awesome. It's so cool to see them go back and revisit that classic outfit. And then two characters I did not expect to get at all, Rei and Maya. This is the two of them in their Serpentine Wars designs. Maya is not too different from her Hands of Time design, but Rei I know is one that a lot of people have been really wanting for a long time. And while unfortunately he does not have his arm printing, the rest of the figure is pretty much perfect, so I'm super excited to be getting this variant. And then we also have our first look at the 15th anniversary minifigures, which are also quite surprising. It's not what I thought they would be. It looks like we're going to be getting some of the flashback Elemental Masters that we saw in Season 4 and also in Hands of Time. And this right here is the Master of Earth. We'll talk about him more in a moment though. For right now, let's take a look at the set. Visually, it looks pretty much perfect. I love that it's fully enclosed, so minifigures can be placed inside, be working like on the back wall. It just brings a sense of realism to the set that an open back would not have. You can see the sign right here has something hidden behind it. That's going to be the map to the Golden Weapons, which I'm sure is shown in some of the other pictures. This doesn't have the archway on the side like a lot of fan models have, or like the giant water tower, but given that this is not like the most expensive Ninjago set of all time, the value here I think is actually pretty good for what you get. Which, speaking of the price, it should be $100 US. It's 1,300 pieces, so that's actually a pretty good price per part. And all of these minifigures in the set are brand new, and I assume a good number of them are exclusive. We haven't seen the rest of the Legacy sets yet, so I can't say for sure. But I'd be shocked if Blacksmith Kai comes in another set, same with the Master of Earth. Rei and Maya as well. Nya, I think it's unlikely she comes in other sets. Same thing with Wu, I don't know. It really depends on how many Legacy sets we're getting and what those sets actually are. So yeah, 6 minifigures, a few of which at least are exclusive. 1,300 pieces, $100 does not feel bad to me at all. Anyway, let's look at some more pictures. We have some lifestyle images, and you can just really take in how detailed this is. Here's some more images of the set in action. We've got Kai and Nya posed on the roof. There's this sign to not stand on the grass, which is a reference to Season 1 when Pythor and Lloyd are running around, and they're breaking a bunch of rules. This sign is outside the blacksmith shop for kind of no reason at all. I think in the show they were just reusing a background, but it's very funny to see that incorporated into the set. And here we have a better look at the map to the Golden Weapons, and here we have Wu passing it off to Rei. Here's a look at the blacksmith shop fully opened up. It splits open down the middle instead of you having to take the roof off, so that gives you much better access to everything inside. Another fun fact about this set is it includes every weapon that was in Kai and Nya's original spinners from 2011. This double blade right here is probably the most iconic. I believe that came in Kai's spinner. And there's also these golden knives, which there's 2 of in this set, which were Nya's weapon. But then there's the golden sword as well, the staff. I think the spear is one of them as well. It's a total of 6 very intentional weapons, which are a reference to that. Also up here, you can see a Nya's Samurai X helmet, which is very neat to have that reference even if she wasn't Samurai X at this time. And then this over here is very exciting, giving us a little hint of something to come. This is an all-new Kai ZX hood, it looks like. It's not the original ZX hood, it's dual molded instead. But yeah, it looks like they're going back and referencing the ZX suits in 2026. And the DX suits, in my opinion, are some of the most iconic Ninjago suits ever. So that's very exciting as well. A couple more images, not sure if there's anything in these we haven't already seen. Here's a look at Nya holding those golden knives that I mentioned, and there's the Master of Earth. He has like a little earth blast coming out of his hand. This minifigure, by the way, the face is unfortunately reused from like LEGO Creator, but the torso and legs are entirely new for him. And you can see the little stand that he's on says Ninjago 15. And if you missed it a few weeks ago, I got the chance to reveal these like silhouettes of minifigures that are going to be coming in the 2026 sets, and the stand that they were on were made up of these little individual segments. Here's another lifestyle image. Here's a look at the box and the set. And then here's the back of the box, and this is where we have something else to talk about, the rest of the anniversary minifigures. Because from the silhouettes that we were given at Fan Media Days, we knew there were 7 of them. However, this gives us more accurate silhouettes of them, and I think I could guess at least 6 of them. There's one, though, that I'm a little unsure about. Given that this is the Elemental Master of Earth from the Serpentine Wars flashbacks, I think it's fair to assume that many of these characters also sort of fit in with that. So right off the bat, there's 3 that are very easy to guess. This one right next to him on the left right here, this is Liber, this is Jay's mother, the original Master of Lightning. This is her exact hairpiece, Master of Lightning with Master of Earth, it just makes sense. If this was not her, I would be shocked. Then this one on the far left right here, you can see has a hairpiece very similar to Moro's, and I think this is the original Master of Ice. He has that hairpiece in white in the show, and again, that makes up 3 of the 4 elements of creation. Now after that, it gets a little bit weird, because you would say, oh, the Master of Fire would be next, but the Master of Fire is right here, and he is in the outfit that he would have been as an anniversary figure. I actually think it's quite strange that they're making other figures that go with him, and he's not like an anniversary figure, but they are. It's very odd that the complete stand will not have Rey on it, but of course you can customize that yourself. But I think there is still a few other good guesses for the rest of these. The one with the hat right here, I said this when we got the silhouettes, I think this is the first Spinjitzu Master. He's a character fans have wanted for a very long time, and I think it would be super cool if we finally got him now. He makes sense, we're getting a bunch of like older elemental masters, he's the one who gave them their elemental powers. And having the straw hat without the beard, he's pretty much the only Ninjago character I can think of that has that, aside from like random Stone Warriors or whatever. So I think first Spinjitzu Master would make a ton of sense right here. Then we have a fairly recognizable hairpiece right next to him. This is Lloyd's original hairpiece. And this right here looks like Jay's original hairpiece. What I think this is actually Young Wu and Young Garmadon. It makes sense with the time period, right? They fought in the Serpentine Wars as well. They're the sons of the first Spinjitzu Master, so they would make sense to go with him, and they would fit with the other Elemental Masters. So I'm fairly confident that's what these 6 minifigures are. The Master of Ice, Young Wu, Liber, the Master of Lightning. Of course, we have the Master of Earth confirmed, the first Spinjitzu Master right here, Young Garmadon right here, and then we're just left with this one. This one's a lot more obscured, the hairpiece isn't super obvious, however I still have 2 guesses as to who it might be. Number 1 is Dusk, the original Master of Shadow. We just had her name confirmed like last week. She also fought in the Serpentine Wars. There's a few more Serpentine Wars Elemental Masters that are not going to be covered here, but if they wanted to give us another one, I could see this being it. This doesn't look like Dusk's hairpiece, however I don't believe Dusk's hairpiece is in production. What this actually looks like to me is Misako's hairpiece, and those 2 are similar enough that I could see them interpreting Dusk's hairpiece as the Misako hairpiece. So I see a world where that is what the figure is Dusk. Unfortunately though, more likely, I think this may actually just be Young Misako, which would be a very disappointing 15th anniversary minifigure, but it would fit in with Young Wu, Young Garmadon. Young Misako is a character we have seen in the flashbacks, right? She is important to the lore, and she would be a different enough character to actually be new. And looking at the silhouette, that is the most likely hairpiece in my opinion, is that that's Misako. It would be a little weird to have Misako and then a bunch of Elemental Masters, so maybe it's not the case, but if I had to make a bet, I would say it's one of those 2, either Dusk or Misako. If you guys have any other ideas as to who that might be, let me know in the comments. But overall, I'm fairly happy with this decision for the anniversary figures. I like that it's not just Golden Ninja again, because we've gotten Golden Ninja before. I'm curious to see how well they're done, because while this guy has a super cool torso and legs, he is already reusing a face. And for him, it's not the end of the world, but some of these other characters, if they have reused parts, may not look great. So I hope they're done well. But like, Liber is going to be super exciting to get, the original Master of Ice is going to be super exciting to get. And we could see in this set, they're not afraid to put like desired characters outside of the anniversary figures, right? It's not like these are going to be the only new characters we get all year. Rey and Maya are both side characters who have exclusive new figures to this set. So just because someone's not in the anniversary figures doesn't mean we're not getting them. For example, even if this is Misako, Dusk could come in another set, who knows? But yeah, let me know your speculation on all of that in the comments. Definitely gives you a lot to think about. But anyway, I think I'm going to wrap things up here. Again, stay tuned because I have more videos coming soon. Check both my shorts feed and my videos feed. Over like the next 2 hours, I think I'm going to have 4 videos, 2 shorts and 2 full videos, because there's lots more to share about this set. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like on it, subscribe to my channel if you're new, and let me know what you think of everything in the comments below. But as for this one, I think that's about all I have to say, so thanks for watching everybody, I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!